We are recording.
Well, hey,
How you doing, man?
not too bad. How's it going?
Yeah, all right.
We managed it. Just.
Yeah, it's just about more being shit with technology like me and Si were the other night.
Yeah, I'm not much better myself. Totally.
I thought you'd know better, like being younger and all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a whiz with Instagram. Give me Instagram and Facebook, and I'll do whatever. But on this, nah.
Yeah, like I don't know. Instagram seems like pretty easy right now. Like, yeah, just I don't know. It just works well. But yeah, trying to video call people and record it. Total amateur.
Yeah. But we made it.
So, I think I'm going to ask a couple of stereotypical questions for you before we get into it, because you're Scottish.
All right, sweet. Yeah.
So, please tell me you're a fan of Iron Brew, right?
Oh yeah, I don't drink a lot of fizzy juice, but I do like Iron Brew. Yeah.
That's all right then. That means that you're actually Scottish if you're into Iron Brew.
Yeah. I used to drink Buckfast as well. So like, yeah.
I thought Buckfast was like an Irish thing. So is that a Scottish thing?
Yeah, well, like it's an English drink, but Scottish people love it. Like the area that I grew up was like the place to buy it. Like that was the high. It was more people bought Buckfast there than anywhere in the world. Like,
No way.
so it's just like where I grew up. It was like the stereotypical drink.
Right. So I'm going to come back to that in a minute. And second stereotypical Scottish one. What's your views on haggis?
I like haggis. Haggis is good. Yeah.
I mean, I ain't had haggis in a good while because, well, yeah, definitely no time in like the last nearly year since going veggie. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
when I have had it, it was damn good.
Yeah, actually, I had my girlfriend try it, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's great." And then I told her what it was, and then she's not ate it since.
Hey, that's the point. Like when as soon as you tell anyone, "Oh yeah," so it's like sheeps and it's like, "What the fuck have you just made me eat that for?"
Oh,
yeah,
no, I like it. It's nice.
It's good, man. So yeah, where did you grow up then? Which part of Scotland are you from?
So it's just below Glasgow, Lanarkshire. I grew up in a town called Motherwell. So
okay.
if anyone asks me, I just say Glasgow because it's like, well, Manchester has Greater Manchester, yeah.
Yeah. So there's
So
like
it's
lots of areas that are all kind of grouped in as one, I guess.
Yeah. So it would be Greater Glasgow.
Ah, okay. On Glasgow. So I was speaking to Keir earlier, and he's pretty keen to do one of these, but I wouldn't have thought you were both Glasgow because obviously Keir sounds like well Glasgow.
Oh right, yeah.
Like,
Keir is Glasgow. Right.
I mean, I can't wait to do that with him as well. But I can imagine if there's people that are like not, if anyone from like the UK is not watching it, they're going to be like, "Holy fuck! Like, what's this guy saying?" But
Totally.
it's going to be an interesting one, I reckon, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Like I've totally changed my accent. Like I speak really slow and like because I live in Oxford, I need to speak like this, or else I just repeat myself constantly.
I had that when I was living. So my dad, he's been over like near Malaga for about 20 years now.
Oh yeah.
I've lived over there a few times, and even people like Aritz who speak like really good English, like say after a few drinks, and normally they'll be able to like understand you, and especially because Burston was over there for a while at the same point of time.
Oh yeah.
So if me and him were both together, then people just got like really fucking confused. It's just like, man, you're just going like way too Manchester on me.
Isn't it?
Like, yeah, they couldn't deal with the accent at all.
It's a weird one, Manchester. I quite like the Manchester accent. I'm a fan.
It's good. I mean, considering you've got like Liverpool like a bit down the road, and that's
yeah, it's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a lot of let's not even get into that. So let's start with the simple stuff, like how long have you been skating, and how old are you, and what got you into skating?
So I'm 24 now, and I started skating in 2004. I worked that out about 20 minutes ago.
Wow,
So that's
24. That makes
years.
me feel so old.
Yeah, because I was watching Si's Si's one you did, and he said he picked up a pair of skates in '96, and that's the year I was born.
Yeah, like probably the same with me as well. So like,
yeah
that's recently I was out skating with a few people, and there was actually one dude out that night who was, I think he was in his 40s. I can't remember the guy's name because I'm terrible with names and faces when I first meet people. But once he'd left, at one point I like looked about like everyone else that was skating with. I just turned to everyone and was like, holy shit, I've been skating longer than any of you guys have like been alive.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, I feel like a dinosaur.
Man,
that's
but
mad.
even I get that. Like I meet people and I've been skating the length of time that they've been alive, like 16-year-olds now, which blows my head. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty weird, like, because when someone asks you how long you've been skating, and I also kind of feel awkward about it at this point, because if it's someone that's just started and you're like, well, I've been skating like 25 years, and they're like, oh, wow, that's really long.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's fine. I sucked for ages. Like, it took me forever to like learn to just skate around properly back in the day.
Totally.
So yeah, what made you want to try out skates?
Well, I was like, me and my mum were driving to, I think it was like a football event when I was 8, and then we just arrived at this skate park because we got lost. Like, I think my mum had just bought a sat nav, so like she was like trying to work this sat nav and got completely lost, and we ended up at this skate park in a place called Blantyre. And there was just so happened to be like free lessons going on. So it's a company called Radworks, and they were offering free lessons for skateboard, BMX, and inline.
Oh,
and it just so happened to be like the inline day, that the day that we turned up. So my mum was like, "Oh yeah, this is cool," and just signed me up. And I just started there. Like they had hired skates and pads and everything ready to go. So I turned up and just tried it that day. And I don't think we even went to the football thing. I think that just got forgotten about. Like, and it's just been forgotten about since. Like, so yeah, I started there. That's where this clothing brand Hawken. It's owned by my friend Graham, and Graham was the instructor at the skate park that day. So that's how I met him. He actually taught me how to skate.
Yeah, I remember seeing you I think you had a photo on your Insta like recently, didn't you, with him saying like, this is the guy who got me into skating and taught me to skate. That's sick though. Like,
yeah, it's a pretty cool
It's
story.
A random thing that you turned up and it just happens to be like the inline day.
Yeah, that was mad. But I did try the other sports, like, because every day it was like a different sport. So I went back the next day, and then I would try the BMX or the skateboard. But eventually, me and Graham just became like I just connected well with him. So we instead, like, they would go to different skate parks. Like on a Wednesday, be at a different skate park. So instead of me going to that original park, I would just follow the rollerbladers around.
Oh, okay.
This is how I actually met Keir. I met Keir because he was an instructor for that company, but this is years later. I think I'm about 16 by the time I meet Keir. But that's how it all started back in the day.
And so obviously at the moment you're pretty much just always on big wheels, aren't you? Like, I saw something recently like you'd got a pair of which white RBs was it you'd got? Yeah. So what made you switch over? Because you were on What were you on before? You were on some razors, weren't you, with like
Yeah.
some DCs, with like the 80mm frames? What made you switch fully to like free skating, more or less?
Well, like I always tried the big wheels back in the day. Like I skated aggressive for years, and I was mainly in skate parks. And then as I started to skate street, um, well, I think it was actually Kier's going to come up a lot. I think it was Kier had he bought a pair of big wheels. It was like the Kaiser Advanced Power Blade frames, and he put them on his aggressive skates, and I was like, oh, that's cool, like big wheels, like what? And
Is
I,
that the ones? Is that the ones from like the first couple of like the big wheeling frames that Kaiser did, where it's like the metal frame and then it had like almost like a plastic insert on the outside?
I'm pretty sure these ones were just plastic, but I don't know if they were like the first ones. That's
Right.
just the first
Okay.
ones that I've seen. So he was skating about on them, flying around the skate park, and I was like, oh yeah, this is sweet. Like I want to try this. So I bought myself some. But I got my mum to buy me some frames. I'm still pretty young at this point, and yeah, I tried 80mm. I think it was 72 with the H block. So it was like the Kaiser Advanced 2, and it had the like tiny little H block in the middle
Yeah.
with 72 flat setup. And I skated that for like a year and a half, still doing grinds, like 'cause I was learning how to grind at the time, so I was trying just to use these big wheels, and I was just loving it.
Yeah.
And then I went back to aggressive again, just because I think that the reason was I wanted to learn Savannahs, and I just obviously could not do Savannahs with those frames. And I was like, right, let's go back to anti-rocker for a while, and I stayed there for years. And then the shifts came out, and when the shifts came out, the Razor shift, I was like, right, here we go. This is like the opportunity of managing to skate both, and I just absolutely loved it. Like swapping, like skating big wheels to the spot, swapping, and then skating a rail like aggressive. Oh, it was awesome. But then more recent in the last 2 years, I've been suffering like I dislocated my shoulder, and then since then I've done it 8 times. So it just comes out all the time, but it typically happens when I'm aggressive skating.
Right.
And then because I'd been watching a lot of Danny Aldridge as well, like his videos, and I was like, right, I feel like I could still do the tricks, and I can still have this kind of aggressive feel, but have the big wheel gates. So I was just pretty much skating the Razor shifts with the big wheels and not touching the anti-rockers anymore.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. Like free skating is, I think actually starting to prefer it. Like probably now I'd say I prefer it to aggressive.
I I've like just pretty much not even touched like an aggressive setup this year. Maybe like once or twice, but nothing to count as actually like skating something. I don't know. I guess I've just gone a lot deeper into the like free skating this year.
Yeah.
Kind of, it's always in my mind. So like, oh, it'd be nice to go and skate a ledge, but then I just kind of, I forget about it.
Yeah.
I just, I guess I'll keep up with like what people are like watching you doing or like what my mates are doing and stuff. But I'd rather just go and blast around fast on a pair of free skates.
Totally. But I'm still managing to do a few grinds on these free skates. The RBDA, like Danny actually messaged me the other day, and he was saying how he's struggling to do grinds because he's got the smaller boot size. Like my boot is a 8-9, so I think I've got slightly more space, and I don't seem to be struggling to lock onto ledges and stuff.
Yeah, because was there a clip? I think you did like an X, didn't you, on a ledge recently, like in London?
Yeah, the X grinds work. I can even get them on rails. It just feels like it locks in pretty well. Like it doesn't look like it's supposed to, but it does, and I'm fine with that. Like,
I mean, to be fair, like it's how everyone skated like way back in the day. Like they would have, literally kind of similar thing, but probably less space on the side of the boot, like with the raised heel and yeah, basically nothing at the heel to grind on anyway. So
I suppose, yeah.
And if you ever watch like any of the like really like the older like classic videos, like if you see some of the rails that people do like soles down and like hooks to and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not completely clued up on all the old stuff, but yeah, I have definitely seen videos. Yeah,
he's just like if you watch what people could do on the equipment they had back then, yeah, like the aggressive skate now, like yeah, people are pretty spoiled, really.
Yeah,
how good the stuff is in comparison.
Every time I watch an old school video, I always notice that they always seem to grind really slowly, but they hold the balance really well.
Yeah, I think a lot of the like, I suppose more so in the last few years, maybe like the emphasis has been put on like making materials that are like faster to grind.
Yeah.
If you watch like old videos, like, and people do like the most ridiculous like backslides and stuff down like steep rails because the plastic was like a lot slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, really. So when did you leave Scotland? Did you go first? Did you go straight to Oxford or anywhere else before then?
I moved down to Oxford, is it 3 or 4 years ago? I think one of my friends from Scotland moved down here, and then there was an opportunity for me to live with him down here and work, and the money was really good down here, and it was just a different experience. So I was like, oh yeah, let's do it, and I did that for about 9 months before coming back to Scotland for a year, and then the same job that I had. So I was bricklaying down here, and that job was still available a couple of years ago, and I just fancied coming down again. It's been great. It's nice being near London, and I love traveling and meeting people. So if I have the opportunity to move somewhere, and then I'll take it. Like I've got nothing tying me to a location, so it's nice to like, if you get the opportunity, just go.
Yeah, you've been skating London a bit more lately, haven't you? With like all the London Skate Life lot and people.
Oh, those guys are amazing. London is the life. Like London's great.
Yeah, I'm like dying to get down, to London and go actually meet with a lot of the people that I'll speak to fairly often. Like not just through Instagram, like in real life, go and actually skate with people.
Totally. Like it's crazy when you turn up at places like Hyde Park, like just the sheer amount of rollerbladers, like it's insane. Like there's just so many, and some of them they don't even know each other because there's that many of them. Like that stunt is quite uncommon when you come to like Glasgow and Oxford. Like if you see two rollerbladers, they probably don't know each other. But, oh no, they probably would know each other, but in London, like there's just that many of them. It'd be too hard to like keep in contact with everyone. But no, like what goes on at Hyde Park is absolutely crazy.
It looks like there's such like a high concentration of like just skaters like inline and like quad skating in London, just on the whole, like just
huge. There is a lot of people there, right enough.
So just always see stuff like, especially like you were saying, like Hyde Park. It looks like kind of one of the places like Castlefield in Manchester would have been for aggressive skating like years ago, where you could probably turn up, say if it was like a weekend, not have to ring people, and you'd bump into like a fair few people skating. It looks like that's what Hyde Park would be like for like free skating and like quad skating.
That's what happened to me on Saturday, because I was meeting a friend, but when I got there, my friend wasn't there yet, but I was still able to just sit my bag down and say hi to a bunch of people. Like it's just like, oh hi, how's it going, straight away. Like we're all right, we're friends now. Like just because they had a pair of skates on, it's amazing. I love it.
Is the what's what's it like Oxford wise for like people skating? Is there a fair few? Because I saw you set up. Is it you set up like a group, didn't you, for people to meet up and skate in Oxford like recently?
Yeah, there was already a group set up, but it wasn't really active, so like nothing was really going on. And I kind of spoke to the admin, and then we organised like an event together, and I managed to bring out like a couple of more people, and then my girlfriend got involved, and she managed to bring in even more people, and then eventually we ended up with a big squad. Like there's a fair few hundred in the group, but only like say maybe 20, maybe 30 people actually get involved. The
Yeah.
highest number we've had out was 20, which is pretty good considering before that there was no one. Like,
Is that all people that have kind of picked up skating for the first time during lockdown, or people that like got back into it because of being on furlough and stuff in lockdown?
it was a bit of both. So like there was a fair amount of people that already skated, but they maybe weren't doing it as often, and they would probably skate alone. And then this group kind of helped everyone meet each other. So now these people are like meeting up, like without us coming out, they all meet up individually, which is great. Like that's exactly what we wanted to do. So we've created some friendships, which is great. And we definitely had a few people walk past and be like, "Oh, guys, what he's doing? Like, how do I buy some skates?" I've went out, bought some skates, came along, and like it's amazing.
Yeah, I keep on noticing that a bit in like Manchester now. Like, get stopped by people and they're asking either where they can buy skates, or they say they picked up like they bought a pair of skates recently. Like, can they come and join us? Like, it's really cool the amount of like just new people on skates. There seems to have been like just because of how this year's panned out.
Totally.
Um, you and your girlfriend were doing. Did I see a while back, like during lockdown? So you were delivering food to people, right? Like
Oh yeah,
your
yeah. We were
skates.
doing. Yeah, we like I was off work for 3 months, and we were just like, right, we're going to be out skating anyway. Like, so what if we could try and just help some people? So we signed up for the volunteer groups. So like Oxford has Oxford Mutual Aid, which is this volunteer group that delivers like food and like medicine and whatever people need for people that
Yeah,
can't leave the house if they're self isolating or if they're old or whatever. So we went out and we anytime there was a thing pop up, we got on it and we put our skates on. We went and got their food and delivered it to them. That was
awesome.
great.
So how long did you do that for?
We did it for the full first lockdown. The second lockdown, I was working, so I'd have been crazy busy anyway. But yeah, the full first lockdown, I was off work for 3 months, so that was full 3 months of doing deliveries.
Yeah, I think I had the same, about 3 months off of work. So yeah, I was out skating a lot because thankfully the weather was good.
It was
Um,
bang on the same time I got the 360 camera. I bought the camera at the same time, and it was just like perfect timing to get out by ourselves. Like you
yeah,
can't have big groups of people to film you, and now I've got this camera that does it for me. Like amazing.
have you? Yeah, because you've had it for a while now, obviously. So are you one of the lucky ones that's managed to either buy it with the lens protectors or not scuff the lenses?
I've not smashed my lens. There's definitely a little scratch on it, but
Yeah.
it's not. I don't even know how I got the scratch. I don't remember doing it. It's not too bad either, but I probably shouldn't say it, but I haven't dropped the camera yet. Like,
Yeah.
there's been a
So
few times where we fell over with the camera in our hand and we've managed to save it. Like, but
I
that's
yeah, I smashed my GoPro Fusion up to shit. Like I fell on it. I think I fell and scratched the lens like just before going on furlough, or maybe just into furlough, and then I'd skated. Yeah, so the weather was really good when I was on film at first. So I skated every day for like 3 weeks straight. The last couple of days, do you know when you kind of you have an idea in your head? I was like, let's just see if I can skate every day for a full month because I've not done that for a while.
Yeah.
And you kind of get to a point sometimes where you're just forcing yourself to go out just because you've got this idea in your head and you're not fully feeling it. So on the last day of that, my legs were just fully like jelly. Yeah, I just ended up dropping the camera, proper full on scuffing the lens, like dead center in the middle of one of the lenses.
No.
And it was, so say like when you zoom out, obviously it's like a tiny planet. It was just literally, it was literally a perfect sphere in the middle of the fucking image. I'd also done it to the point where I'd knocked the sound out of the camera, so it basically just sounded like there was like a low hissing instead of any audio.
No.
And the most annoying part was that was the only clip that the camera wouldn't let me get off the camera. So I wanted to upload it, but yeah, I couldn't because it wouldn't let me get it off. So yeah, that camera was totally redundant. And it was on a trick I've done like probably hundreds and hundreds of times as well. Just I misjudged my speed.
That's always how it works, isn't it? It's always something silly that the problems occur. Like,
well, yeah, like I've not scratched the lenses yet on the Insta360, although I've had, well, yeah, my the fall I had a few weeks ago that's currently put me out for a bit. I like lightly scuffed the casing on it and somehow avoided the lenses. Yeah, I've done 2 of them falls now with it, where you like just full on fall forwards, kind of elbow drop the floor, smash both kneecaps off the floor, but managed to keep the camera safe. So yeah,
dedication.
yeah. I'm 50-50 on whether it was worth it now because my knee's pissing me off. I want to go and skate.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'd much rather be able to skate rather than have a camera, but
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, like, I know at some point I've got the new one on the way whenever they're deciding to send it to me. So, yeah, I know at some point I'll have a new one anyway. So,
get the finger out, Insta360.
I know.
Silva needs his camera.
I need to message our June at Insta and be like, any movement?
Yeah.
What were you filming with before then? Were you just using your phone?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I've got right. I always mix the letters up when I say DLSR or DSLR, whatever it is. Yeah, I studied photography at college for a couple of months, and I should know how to say that, but I really don't. So I had one of those cameras that I used, but it's just really bad if it's not light, and the battery just dies if it films. It's great for taking pictures, but it's rubbish for filming. So I was using my phone most of the time, and the iPhone slow motion feature was pretty cool. So I was quite happy using my phone. But this camera has completely changed the game. Like, I hate using my phone now. Like, everything needs to be filmed on the 360 now.
Do you know what? I've been trying to film more bits on my phone or use my GoPro as well sometimes, just to break away from everything being like 360 clips. Yeah, I don't know. There's something, I don't know. Sometimes I quite like the phone clips, like same with like the slow motion, or my mate Scott that I skate with a fair bit. Like he's got like a really good phone gimbal. So some of the phone clips I've had recently that he's filmed for us have all been done on that. So it looks quite nice when it's done with that.
Sharkle, Scott Sharkle.
Shankle. He likes going to car parks and being dangerous in car parks in different ways.
Yeah.
He we were talking about size fall the other day. You know, where he took the barrier out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
And dropped the speaker.
Yeah, that one. So me and Scott went skating in town a while back, and yeah, Scott took a barrier out on the way out of the car park for the MEN arena, but he was like, he was kind of like, oh shit, should I go back and put it up? I think because he felt a bit embarrassed because we'd gone out and it's the first time I'd skated with Nick when he was over here from like Barca for a few months. So it's the first time I'd seen Nick in ages. First time Scott had met him, and first time I'd met and skated with Nicola as well. So Scott made a lasting first impression on both of them by ploughing through one of them plastic barriers. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Sorry, Scott.
No, that's class. So it's like full on broken, like.
Well, not really. Like it's them plastic ones. So if you hit them hard enough, they just like fly off and fall on the floor. So yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, easy fix. Yeah.
Just put it back in, but yeah, it's it's like a little ongoing saga with Scott and falling over in car parks in different ways.
Yeah. Oh, it makes great footage, like.
I love it when you get like a decent clip like falling over, especially with like the 360.
Yeah.
They're always like the most popular clips as well, aren't they? Because everyone loves seeing you eat shit on a pair of skates.
Totally. Yeah. If you fall in a video, make that the thumbnail. People will watch it. Definitely.
Oh yeah, all day. Everyone loves it. Did you? How long ago was it when you went and skated with Cy and Sam up their way?
Oh, that was I want to say September. It might have been October. But I think it was October. It was cold, so it was probably October. That was amazing. That was the first time I've been to Bristol, like as an adult. I went as a kid, but I wasn't skating. I don't really remember it. But Bristol's amazing. Like, it's so hilly. It reminded me of Glasgow, to be honest. Like, just hills everywhere, which just means skater heaven. Like, spots everywhere.
Yeah, I've not been to Bristol in quite a few years. I think maybe just skating those ledges at Big Lloyd's. I know when I went there, because you used to see it in loads of old videos. I was like, oh, this is going to be fucking sick, because I used to love skating ledges like when I was younger. Like, and I went there and they were very different to what I was expecting. Like, they were very like rounded, and I was like, this is actually a lot harder to skate this spot than I was imagining it being. One of those kind of, when you go to a spot and you build it up in your head from watching it and stuff, and you're going like, it's totally different. Fuck.
Totally.
So you don't end up doing anything you picture yourself doing. Or when I was a kid, like my dad was running a pub in Bath. So yeah, maybe I can't remember what the skate park was called. It was a old skate park anyway there, like years and years ago, that I went to when I was a kid. But that's about the extent that I can remember Bristol. So I need to get down there soon.
Yeah. Well, Sam and Cy will give you the tour. They treated me great. I got the tour. I got to see all the sights. Oh, it was lovely. I had a great day out with those guys.
Did you get any snaps with Sam?
Yeah, we're working on we're working on a little thing, so I'm hoping to meet up with him again soon. I don't know when, but it should be. I think he's planning on coming out to Oxford at some point as well to get some stuff over here. So.
Right. Well,
yeah. But shooting with Sam it's a great experience. Like I just loved watching him work. Like, it's really cool working with someone who's such like he just gets in the zone and sets it all up, and he takes his time, makes sure it's really nice to work with him.
Pretty much any photos that I've got apart from a few recently with Owen, that's just done the Manchester zine. Yeah, apart from the photos that I love that shot with Owen for that. Yeah, anything else that I actually was juiced on that anyone shot, it's always been by Sam. But I haven't seen him in years, so we haven't shot anything in a while. But when my knee is good, we're going to do, I think, shit, I can't remember if Si was saying about this on the thing the other night. But yeah, we're going to do a thing to promote the new Endless frames, because obviously me and him both got sent some of the first ones. So yeah, we're going to shoot some stuff with Si. So yeah, that should be good.
Sam will be able to capture those lovely colours.
Yeah. I'm pretty juiced on. To be fair, I'm pretty juiced on them blue frames. Like, they look so good.
They do. Like the whole blue skate with the light wheels. It's pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've only got to skate them once so far as well. I've got one. I'm just looking down at it now, just like, when am I going to be inside you again? Like, that sounds quite wrong, but yeah, they feel that good. I want to be inside them.
That sounds super right, mate.
You are. What was that?
Super right, mate.
Yeah, a bit rapey, but oh well, it's all good. It's fine. People know how precious people get about the setups, so it's fine. Also the setup isn't complete yet. I'm waiting on something else to come for them, which should arrive soon.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I can't really say much more about that at the moment. Yeah. Have you got any stuff that you're working on besides that with Si? Any interesting stuff you can allude to?
Something's about to happen that I can't talk about yet.
Is this what we were talking about the other night? Yeah.
There's a few actually. There's two things happening there. So
I need to stop doing this. I feel like each time, like, I've only done this twice so far, but each time I'm like, oh, there's that thing that I'm like, oh yeah, but we can't talk about that. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, soon, maybe properly soon, like not rollerblading soon. We shall see.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. But the one thing I can talk about, I got that Hawken are sorting me out with some stuff. I'm getting my face put on some clothes, so that's cool.
Sick.
Yeah. He wants to start supporting me properly, so we're gonna be getting my face put on some jumpers, and then I'm gonna be getting some support from that. So that's awesome. Shout out to Graham for doing that for me. Thanks, man. So we've got that going on, but that's all I can talk about at the moment.
I'm trying to think what else. Is there anything? Oh yeah, so as you're obviously pretty much just free skating at the moment, so what type of stuff do you enjoy watching, or who do you enjoy watching, like, skating wise at the moment?
I mean, I've been watching a lot of Danny. Like, Danny's been the big inspiration recently. Like, I love what he's doing. Like, that the whole bringing aggressive into free skating, and then obviously does
pure power.
Yeah,
pure power speed with it.
I like the parkour aspect as well. He did a video with a parkour guy. And,
I think I watched that a while ago. That was really cool.
Yeah, that's sick, isn't it? Like, I done a bit of free running when I was young, so like, so it's nice to like kind of incorporate the two sports together, because your hands are free, so why not use them? Like,
yeah. It's weird, like, because on that note, like, yeah, when I would have been way more into aggressive, so obviously when maybe Matthew Ledoux started becoming a bit more prominent, And I was probably one of those. I was definitely one of those at the time. Like, oh, what's he using his fucking hands for? Like, what's the point in that? That looks fucking stupid. And now I'm like, no, actually, that shit's the best because it's so different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'd love to watch people like explore that kind of stuff more.
It's really cool. Like the thing with free skate, like aggressive skating. Obviously, I spent most of my time going to a spot. You skate the spot, and then you go back to the start. You skate the spot. Yeah. You go back to the start. But I like this new aspect of like continuing. So like getting from A to B as quickly as you can, but also using your surroundings. Like I'm really enjoying that. So adding parkour in there, doing some vaults over some fences and stuff. Like that's the kind of thing that I'm interested in just now.
I think there's like a really satisfying thing with like free skating as well. Like you were saying then, like you have like your point A to point B.
Yeah.
But because it's mainly based around rolling as well, a lot of time I'll find that if I'm rolling along, even when I'm filming something, at the time, like my mind will change anyway, and I'll spot something else and be like, "Oh, this would be cool if I went around this thing or like jumped here," and just it leaves a lot more open to interpretation.
Yeah, it's quite exciting as well when you don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
you know? Like
I think. Oh well, I was saying to Sai about this like on the last one. So I suppose it goes the same for like not just skate sessions, but in like moments where you're thinking of stuff to do. Sometimes it's when you do that, add that little thing that wasn't planned at the time and it's unexpected, and somehow that makes it like cooler than you first envisioned.
Totally, yeah. The little surprises.
So yeah, who else? Like, who else would you say? I don't know. You'd like draw influence from, or just enjoying like what they're about skating wise at the moment?
I watch a lot of Lomax. Like I'm enjoying a lot of his videos.
Oh my god! Did you watch the new Sway review?
I've not seen it.
Oh my god! You need to watch this. Yeah, it's so good. It's just a skate review with like added like sarcasm and piss taking. It is spot on. Beautiful.
Excellent. I'll get on that. I'll be watching that tonight.
yeah, it's a good one, man. It's a good one.
I like that style of video. Like you see him like who he is. You know, like it's not. Like obviously he does have his edits that are amazing, where it's like he's made everything look like the way he wants. But when you get to see him trying a spot, talking about what he's gonna do at the spot, about the spot, when he talks about how he's jumping over piss and like it's just great. Like he's moving all the mattresses and there's all these like dirt and needles and all that in the way, and he has like it's nice to get that atmosphere, like to see the challenges that are involved rather than just the trick. I quite like. Yeah, I like the style of it, like because the way he's doing it on YouTube, it's cool.
I think it's always fun, that stuff. Like sometimes it's more satisfying to watch what goes into like making an edit or tricks happen, because it gives you that extra insight or appreciation for what they've had to put up with and do to make those things possible.
Totally. Yeah. I think a lot of people are enjoying that. Like that seems to be the way. Like it's obviously YouTubers and vloggers and that seems to be the new way of documenting things, and it works. It's good. Like I'm gonna try and get into it myself. To be honest, I should probably start doing some videos where I will probably start taking inspiration from Nick and start talking to the camera rather than just skating.
That's why I kind of decided to start doing these, because I'm like, if I'm not skating at the moment, like why, if I've got a lot of like cool people to talk to that are obviously doing a lot of cool shit at the moment, even whichever form of skating they're doing, like why not just sit and chat with people? Because yeah, I end up chatting to people like a lot anyway, like through Instagram because of the sheer amount of messages that get sent my way. So why not sit and chat with the people that I chat with like on a regular basis and maybe find some new stuff out and document it?
Yeah. Well, people want to see this stuff. Like the podcasts have absolutely blown up. Like people love that. So like, do it. Yeah, that's a great
it's
idea.
like what you were saying a minute ago. Like in regards to what Nick's doing. Like it's not just seeing people do a trick. Like you kind of find out a bit of like what they're about.
Totally, no filter. Like just who the person is. Like.
So have you got any stuff you want to work towards with free skating, or just kind of personal goals, anything like
that? Well, trying to build up, teach it. I just got qualified to teach.
Oh, yeah. Why did I not think to ask about? I was trying to think what stuff to cover, and yeah, that should have been one of the main things. So yeah. I'm a dick. I forgot about that. You did the same course as what Si did, right?
He did it through ICP, and I did it through another company called Skate IA.
Ah, right, okay.
But it's the same idea. Yeah, it's just different company.
Did your girlfriend do it as well?
Yeah, we did it at the same time. In the house. We did our like exam thing in the kitchen. Like
right. Yeah, because I remember Si saying to me he had to do all his online, which is a bit weird, and it made it take like longer because obviously like video tutorials and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean it was cool. Like it worked really well actually. Like the way the way Skate IA organised the course was brilliant. Like it worked really well. We learned a lot from just doing Zoom classes with her. Her name's Trish, and she's great. Like we had an awesome time just learning from her, and then we had to go out and film a few skills, like proper. Had to take it down to the basics, like how to brake with a brake, but we were struggling. Like we genuinely could, because you need to do it perfectly. Like you need to make sure your head's in the right place, your hands are in the right place. It all needs to be perfect, and we obviously don't think about these things when we skate. Like we just go for it. And
I could never get my head around like the heel brakes, like when I first begun. So like even as a beginner, like I took it off because it just felt like a really unnatural motion as like someone beginning skating.
Oh, it's weird, like because we never used a brake, and we never had brakes either. And I managed to source one that I could fit on my skate, but Ela, she, we had to put a brake with that. If we got it here,
it's in the drawer.
The store.
I'll find it.
Yeah, she'll find it for me. But we had like a G clamp, and the G clamp held the brake onto the skate, so we're skating around with this big, huge this was holding the brake onto the skate. Like.
Wow.
Thanks.
Proper botch job then.
Totally, like because I managed to find a brake for my skate, but it never fit. And then we had other brakes from friends, but they wouldn't fit. And this year it's been impossible to get a hold of anything. Like you can't buy these things online; it's all sold out everywhere. So, but we managed.
I had a lot of people saying that, like when they were trying to get all the skates, that they just couldn't find anything because pretty much everyone was like tapped out. In fact, so yeah, I spoke to Danny. I had a bit of a conversation with Danny. It was when Insta360 like first hit me up about sending them some footage over, and he messaged me. He was like, "You're going to ask for a camera, right?" And I was like, "Do you think?" And he was like, "Well, yeah, they're asking you for your footage, so why not?" And then from that, so we got into a bit of a conversation, and then that kind of put into my mind about I'd been wanting to try those yellow micros for quite a while, and finally I'd managed to find some. So it kind of led on to me asking Ricardo the initial question
Yeah.
Just saying like I would like to try some skates, and as luck would have it, obviously because not a lot of stuff's readily available or wasn't available with micro at the time in the UK. It turned out that that was definitely a good move because they had stock to send me.
That's amazing.
Whereas everyone else was obviously well tapped out because Danny said to me, he was like, "You'll be lucky to get skates off anyone at this during this whole situation."
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad that it was obviously the right person and company that I asked at the time, I guess.
Totally. Well, you're probably doing them wonders. Like, I bet you're helping them out a lot. Like,
I mean, yeah, it's the last few months has been different. Like, I've I've kind of got more skates than I know what to do with at the moment.
Yeah.
Which like I got the beats that I've not skated yet. The blue setup that I've skated the once. My yellow ones, I did actually pay for those, but yeah, those are still going strong. What else have I got? The deltas, like the carbon ones, that I need to skate more, but I had a bit of a trouble. I could have done with getting a bigger size in those, so yeah. And the supers as well, so yeah. I've got a lot of skates knocking about my flat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely a good move.
Danny's the man. He's great for advice. I go to Danny for advice a lot, and he's the man. Like, he always supplies.
Yeah, I've only really spoke to him, I don't know, like on the very odd occasion. Yeah, probably not for a while. But yeah, I guess he probably gets hit up by like ridiculous amount of people anyway on like a daily. Yeah. Just going off of, I don't know. I think weird. Like a lot of people seem to like start messaging you, don't they? When you start doing a bit more stuff, it's pretty random.
Yeah, you get some funny Facebook requests and some yeah. I like the ones that you were talking about with Sai, like all these crazy requests of people asking you to send them skates over and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit mental, isn't it? Like,
I got into a conversation with someone about what socks I skate in the other night because they were like saying about the liners rubbing. Oh mate, like just pretty mad some of the stuff that people actually ask you.
Yeah.
Did you get asked what drone you use a lot as well?
Oh yeah.
shout out to the cameraman. That is
Totally.
yourself.
Oh yeah. Oh, my mum was super confused as well. It's like, all my mum's friends, because she started sharing some of my posts, and all her friends are like, "How is he filming that?" Like,
voodoo magic.
Yeah. But I think I was the same, because it was I think it might have been Nick that I seen the 360 camera with first. Either Nick or Danny. Pretty sure it was Nick when he was doing his out and abouts. I think that was the first time I'd seen one. And then I was like, right, well, what's going on here? Like, that's like, it was properly confusing because it was new technology to me. Like, so I can understand where these people are coming from, but yeah. Having the invisible selfie stick as well, like it's weird. Like, you can see this one.
Yeah.
But how do you edit that out? Like,
oh god, yeah, the amount of questions as well about how does it get rid of the stick is like it just creates a blind spot. Like that's as simple as I can put it.
We know how the skates work. Not so much the camera.
Skates is fine. The how the workings of the camera and stuff, that's beyond me. I just know that they're fun to use.
it's an amazing investment. Like a 360 cam, especially the. Have you got the 1R?
No, I've got just the 1X.
Oh yeah, the 1R. Like obviously, I can change like the lens, so I can have like a normal action camera lens.
Oh,
and
did
then
you?
change it.
Yeah, sorry, I keep on cutting you off. Yeah, so have you got the separate module for it then? So you can use
Yeah,
it like.
Oh, it's awesome. Like when I bought it, I was looking at the X, and then that's when I discovered the 1R, because I don't think anyone had got the 1R when I was buying it, so it was like brand new, I think. And I was like, okay, like I've not seen anyone with this one, and you get two lenses, and I was like, all right, that's probably a good investment. Like it's pretty much two cameras in one, and it was waterproof, and it looked a lot more sturdy than the X, and I was like, okay, right, this is probably a better option.
Yeah, I know whenever I've watched anyone's footage like yours and like Nicola's and other people that have got like the 1R, especially if you watch it at night, the footage looks a lot more crisp than on mine, like at night especially. And the X, the X feels quite I don't know, it feels very plasticky, like the body of it, like it feels very fragile.
Yeah. I did see that, and I was looking at the price of the camera, and I was thinking, if I'm going to pay money, I'd be as well spending maybe a little bit more and getting one that's a bit sturdier. Like, so I'm glad I did that.
I think I was speaking to someone that bought the 1X2. Yeah, and he was saying to me that the 1X2, like they've actually like beefed it up a bit more, and it feels more sturdy, and it actually feels more weighty as well, which I think would be pretty good, because when I had the Fusion, like that felt like it had a lot more weight to it. So I don't know what it is. It just almost like you feel a bit more relaxed, because it feels like you've got more of an actual camera because of the weight of it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just because the 1X, there's not a lot of weight to it at all, really. So it is easy sometimes to forget that you've got it in your hand if you're just literally skating around fast with it.
Yeah. How long is your stick? Have you got a long stick or a short stick? I don't know what length mine is. I just know it's a short one.
1.2. I think 1.2 meters. I think. I'm not too sure.
I think that's the same as mine. Because Nicola was talking about having the longer one, and he was saying because the 1R is quite heavy, like you were saying, and he had a long selfie stick, and there was one time where he like landed from a jump, and the camera, like the selfie stick bent, and the camera smacked the ground, like just from the weight. And I was like, at that moment, I was like, right, I'm really glad I've got a short one.
I think what is it now? Nick sent me a clip a while back, and he's got like it's like a belt, I suppose, that goes around his back, and then for this big, like the longest stick, so you can have the camera mounted to this, like, I suppose it almost looks like I suppose like a weightlifting belt almost, and it's got an attachment for the stick to go in, so you'd have the camera like basically well up high above you from behind.
Oh yeah.
He sent a clip of him just skating with his finger on his back. It looks fucking ridiculous. Just this big long stick like waving about, like when it's not even like that windy. Like it just looks, it looks pretty mental.
I don't think I'd like that. No, I like being in control of it, like holding it and being in control of it is amazing. Like I don't know if I'd want it where I can't see it. Like skate past a tree or something and it's gone. Like
the first day I got the 1X, I like tapped it off of like a concrete post when I was like 180 down some little thing, and I was like, oh for fuck's sake, like literally I just got it, and luckily it was just like a little scratch. Then I 180'd over a rail as well. Like, yeah, 180'd over some rail and like smacked the camera off the wall. Luckily, not too hard. So
Yeah.
I just have to be mindful now of like what I'm doing when the stick's extended if I'm like close to stuff. Like,
Yeah.
trying to, be spatially aware and all that.
Yeah. You need to think about what hand you've got it in if you're doing a 180. Like,
Yeah. Right. I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to check what our battery was on because it said it was on like 20% not too long ago. I'm not too sure how quickly this kills the phone battery.
yeah, but probably quickly.
Yeah. Is there any other last little bits you want to cover? I just don't want the camera. I just don't want my phone to die and we lose the recording.
Oh yeah. I guess I'll just continue with the like what my aim is for skating. Like obviously I got onto saying that we just got qualified to teach. So I guess I've just became so obsessed with the sport itself that I just want to be as heavily involved as I can. And me and Ela are just gonna try and teach, try and get involved with companies, just anything we can do to encourage people to skate, meet people who skate. We just want to live the life of rollerbladers. Like that's the plan. Like
Yeah, that sounds pretty perfect. To be fair, like I'm pretty pretty immersed at the moment, I guess.
yeah,
That definitely takes up a lot of my like thought process at the moment. Just thinking of more things to do.
that's great. Like I just love getting productive. Like
Yeah,
especially doing something you love. Like
I do. It's just a lot more rewarding, isn't it? Doing stuff. Because let's face it, especially like UK wise at the moment, like the free skate scene is seems like it's like on the up at the moment. Like a lot of people are kind of doing a lot of cool shit.
it's going off. More people are getting involved, and it would be nice to be to add to that. Like I think that's what I want to do. I want to bring more people in any way I can. Like skating's taught me a lot of things outside of skating. Like simply falling over, getting back up, and trying things again. Like taking that into life is it's a really good lesson to learn, and you can teach people that through skating. So just being able to pass that lesson on, even if these people don't go on to be rollerbladers, like they'll probably still become stronger people just from those lessons that you learn.
It's just I think it makes you a bit more resilient in a lot of situations, and I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good for like kind of gives you somewhere to like aim your focus at.
Yeah, you can bring out like when I used to teach that company that Radworks that taught me how to skate that Graham worked for. I ended up getting the job for them when I was 18. So I was working for them, and the whole idea was to like the council funded the company, so the instructors got paid, but the kids got it for free, and it was aimed at like kids in bad areas who've got problems, and it was just brilliant how it worked. Like you could change a kid's life just teaching them how to drop in a ramp, like, and it's so rewarding. Like I just love to continue this kind of stuff. Like
there's like definitely a lot to build on with that as well at the moment, from like the massive like influx of people getting into it, and I think just like the public seem a bit more like welcoming to looking at skating as like something good at the moment. I think just because there's a lot of stuff like it's kind of been put about everywhere from the sheer amount of people like putting on skates like in one form or another like the last few months.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome.
And yeah, is there any other like last little bits you want to cover? Probably good for like a couple more minutes or something, I reckon, because it just said it was on like 10%.
Yeah. We just need to sort out when we're gonna skate. We've never met. What's going on?
I know. So yeah, trying to be more than internet friend.
Yes.
Um,
We'll definitely
God.
make it happen soon.
I've just thought, actually, I remembered people asked me questions and I forgot to ask Si these the other night.
Oh, yeah.
So, right, Si wants to know, what do you think of Shady's rocket?
Oh, it's the best rocket. I love Shady. Shady's great. I got to
need to meet
babysit
Shady as
Shady
well.
at a competition one time.
What else? Someone else, can't remember how to pronounce the name or who it was, sorry. They asked about how you got into skating, so covered that. And someone else was asking, I think it was one of the people I've been skating with a few times in town lately. They were asking, do you reckon there'll come to a point like cycling is now, like with skating kind of becoming more popular? Do you reckon they'll get to a point where they start banning it on pavements?
Oh, that's interesting actually, because there isn't any
good one. Yeah,
laws on it. Yeah. I suppose if the numbers pick up, like at the moment sometimes when you go to a skate spot, it'll say like no skateboarding, no cycling, but it's rare to see it say no rollerblading. But the more rollerbladers turn up, the more these people are going to consider putting it on the sign. So I suppose we'll end up doing that to ourselves eventually.
yeah,
But that can only be a good thing, really. Like it just means there's more people doing it. So,
yeah. That's a good positive spin to take on it.
But yeah, I mean, I do a lot. Like there's a lot of things at times where I'm going along the road and I'm doing things that if cyclists did them, it'd probably be frowned upon a bit more, like cutting in between cars and going through red lights and whatever. Like,
I am the worst for doing that. I love weaving in and out of like cars and stuff. Yeah. I get carried away at, so I'm a bit of a dick if I'm like just in the city centre on my skates and I'm like, I just want to blast around main roads, regardless of whether there's like traffic or not.
Yeah, traffic makes it more fun, really.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's bad but good. Like,
yeah, it's fun, but it's definitely not that responsible. So sorry.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, I'm gonna call it just so my battery doesn't run out and we don't lose the recording.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this has been a good one. So I can maybe try and do another one of these again at some point when we can talk about some of the stuff we were alluding to.
Oh yes. we can reveal the answers.
Yes.
Yeah, man, this has been good fun. It's well done for starting this. This is great. Like I'm looking forward to seeing more. I'll definitely be watching Kears because I know that's going to be a laugh. Like,
oh, mate, I can't wait. I've told him he's got to bring Elton on as well. He's not allowed.
Oh yeah.
He's not allowed on the blading talks unless Elton's along for the ride.
Keir will probably be in the bath, like when you're doing it.
Yes. Or just cooking his dinner.
Yeah.
with his bright orange North Face flip flops on. I love Keir. He's a fucking legend. So yeah, Keir, can't wait to do one of these with you, mate.
Yeah. Big fucking Linda.
Big fucking Linda. Shout out Big Linda.
Oh yeah.
Right. All right, man. I am going to let you go. And yeah, this has been sick.
Cheers, man. Thanks for having me on.
No worries. It's been wonderful. So yeah, I'll probably catch you tomorrow or something, I should imagine.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
All right. Cool, man. I shall speak to you soon, man. Take it easy.
Have fun.
You too, man. Peace.